Hi, everybody. It is Kendéll Lenice, the Remix Coach, and welcome to Kendéll Lenice Live. It's a pleasure for me today, as always, especially when I can have amazing women on this platform. Today, I will be talking to the women of the podcast, Moms Actually. So let's get started. All right. As I said, I'm excited to have these ladies here today. We're waiting on one more. She'll be here momentarily, but we're going to get started. All right. So let me just read some of their background, and then I'll introduce them to you. All right. So moms actually let motherhood speak for itself. All right. So being a parent is one of the most rewarding decisions one can make in life. It is also among the most important and the most difficult as well. Absolutely. It's no secret that motherhood is a never ending journey. You're talking to a woman that got 20 something year old daughters, so that's true. But for all struggles endured, it's often hard to find others that go through the same. Feeling alone out there is hard, they say, and need to connect with mothers was the genesis for their talk show, Moms Actually. Focused on breaking the media supported glossy veneer of parenthood, Moms Actually aim to create a safe space to discuss trials and tribulations of being a mom in the modern world. Created in 2021, Blair Gyamfi, I hope I said that right, Sopha Rush, and Morgan Taylor. The shows feature discussions and topics related to motherhood, parenting, pop culture, and interviews with insightful guests. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, Blair and Taylor, Morgan, excuse me, to Kendéll Lenice Live.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. All right, so let's get right into it. Just first, thank you for joining me today. As I said earlier, I'm excited when I can have women here. My platform is education, elevation, and entertainment, and it's about changing our narrative. So I love that you look beautiful. Let's just get that out the way. I know y'all see it.
You should have told me 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, not this.
Definitely not. I know, but that's motherhood and womanhood, right? Sisterhood. Yes. We know. When we got to pull it together, we pull it together. But sometimes it's not always what it seems like. You guys said the veneer. So, Morgan, why did you want to be a part of this with the two other women? Were you friends before, or did you come together in unity and sisterhood of between you being a mother? I guess I would ask.
Honestly, it was a true God ordained experience when it comes to all of us being together. Blair and I actually met at a women's conference, and we were just sitting on the same row. We didn't know each other before that, and really, to put it in perspective, that was in March of this year. So we sat on the same row. We kind of said hi, did the cute, when you see another pretty woman and you're like, hey girl, you do all of those
right.
pleasantries and things like that. And then I had known of her other family members. So I was like, oh, I think I know who that is. I followed her on Instagram because, of course, that's just what people do these days. And she hopped in my DMs a day later, like when I came back home.
Blair, you slid in the DMs?
I slid in the DMs. The best thing my life happened in those DMs.
But she did. She slid in my DMs, and it was great because I had already had a mom platform of my own that I had created back in 2018. She had one her self as well, and so we basically found that common, goal and purpose. And we said, hey, do you want to collab? And I think that's the beautiful thing about even this entire platform that we have is the fact that we're talking about where motherhood meets sisterhood. It's literally how we pretty much became what we are today, is because we said, no, we're not going to just see that someone's doing something similar to me, but we're actually going to collab, and we're going to try to make it the best that we can. And so Blair and I kind of came together put our heads together in this and said, what do we truly want out of this platform, and how can we make a difference, not only in the woman community, but like motherhood in general. And then we brought on Sopha, who is amazing in her own right. So that is what has kind of like birthed this in summary, a short story.
I love that. So Blair, tell me about sliding in those DMs. What was it about Morgan where you said, you know what? I'm liking her. And it's so funny that you met at a conference. I met a business associate that way too. And it's so funny connecting. That's what we do, right? As women, instead of tearing each other down when you see another beautiful woman or you like what she has on or what she said. I love the fact that you connected that way. And more women need to do that instead of saying, look at her shoes, look at this, why is this, why is that, all the negative, you know? So I'm so glad that it was a positive experience. All right, now Blair, what about those DMs, girl?
Uh-oh.
That's all right. That's all right. You know, it's live. That's what happens. So tell me, how do you just the makeup, you know, meeting them, right?
Yeah.
Meeting the two women and then deciding, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work together in this capacity. How did it go from meeting DMs to an actual talk show?
Yeah, so we actually, and that's why I started the sentence off with this had to be like God ordained, because the way it happened was very much so like we always would say, like, we can't believe this is the way it's going, because it went from us exchanging numbers in the DM, I think the first day we started talking through Instagram, to as soon as we started talking through text message, we talked every day, all day, and just literally dreamed about what we thought our platform should look like.
Wow.
We were going to, you know, how we wanted to do it. And I'm going to be honest, when we originally ideated everything and said what we wanted to do, it didn't all make sense.
It was about to be a hot mess, y'all.
Yeah, it was not going to be what it is today. And so that's kind of how we knew that we were on the right track, though, because every time we would kind of go a certain route that God didn't ordain for us to go, he would quickly get us right on back on track. And we knew, and we said, like, hey, this is actually not our thing. This is his, and we're just vessels. And so it's been amazing for us and we to be able to acknowledge that. And I think that's what has allowed us all to say, we're going to continue this. Like, this is not even our thing at this point. This is his, and we're just going to do it and do it to the best of our ability.
Love. And God's plan's awesome. We've been trying to do all of this and trying to create this and do this. And when God swoops in and reveals his plan, everything is smooth.
Yep.
So why don't we do that more often, right? You know, just allow God, right, to do his thing, because we can put our hands in it and we're doing all kind of stuff. It doesn't end up working. But when God orchestrates something, it's powerful. So Blair, we were talking, I know we lost you a little bit, but tell me, what about Morgan made you slide into those DMs? Because we know what happens. We know what happened after.
Yes. So we were at the women's conference, which was my sister's conference, Permission Room with Dr. Jackie Green. And so at that conference, I was convicted because in 2020, I did have a platform that was kind of similar called Mom Goals, and stuff went wrong and it just kind of ended. And I always felt convicted to keep it going, but I didn't know how. And I knew it wasn't supposed to be me alone. People were like, you just need to do it yourself. You can do it. But I knew what wasn't in the atmosphere was partnership, especially on mom platforms. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing. So I was so convicted at that conference. And then when Morgan followed me, I saw it like a day or two later. And I looked and I was like, okay, God, I see you. A mom platform followed me. I didn't even know it was her. And then I clicked on it and I'm like, that's the girl that was sitting basically 2 chairs down from me this entire time. My husband had actually prayed over her at the conference saying, help is coming. What? And he had no idea what she was praying.
You just gave me a chill. You just gave me
I get it every time.
Oh my.
prayed over her saying help is coming. When, you know, at this point we know no information. I see that, follow me, I look, I see her. And that's why she says we literally have been ideating and working since that day. Like our tech, like March 8th, and then we launched in May. So May 19th.
So so this is all just like,
she's like,
I know, because God blows my mind often. Like it never, I don't care what kind of God story I hear, I have the same feeling each time, because it just shows, man, God is so amazing. Let me just say this, because I really have a chill, because all the shows that I have, all the shows that I do, my commitment was to mention God in everything I do publicly, because I'm about to cry. Wow. Because none of this would be without him, no matter how large or small. So my commitment to God was, you know what? You never forget about me. So every platform I have, whether somebody likes it or not, his name is going to be mentioned at least once. That's my goal and my commitment to him. So that we're talking about that now. I literally have tears in my eyes, how your husband prayed over her, not knowing, you didn't know her. And then him orchestrating this amazing, wow, this is awesome. And so fast.
Yes.
So fast. And God would correct us. So like Morgan mentioned, anytime we did something that wasn't in his plan, he would correct us so fast, and not like correct like a sit down, but like correct and replace, correct. And we listened every time. And I think that's what made the difference and why we saw success so fast, because we understood it belonged to him. It wasn't like,
wow,
because our ideas suck. So we literally can't. It was
no, that's real.
That's something totally different. So that's how we know for sure it's God, because
that's real.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when God wakes me up in the middle of the night with an idea, I don't try to go back to sleep, because I know his is going to be much better than mine when I wake up.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell me, okay, first I want to know, and either one can answer this, why the name Moms Actually. And you said your podcast, your talk show is taking off instantly. Tell me, who are some of the guests you've had and what kind of numbers you have, because, you know, for this to be in such a short time, y'all are doing your thing for sure.
I'll talk about the name, and then I'll let more from there. So the name thing is funny. So she has Millennial Moms Club, and I have Mom Goals. But because we were coming together, we wanted our own name, so no one felt like it's our thing that someone's jumping in, you know? And let me tell you, the mom game is saturated. I'm talking about even the bad names are taken. It is hard to think of a mom's name. We went through a lot, because what we already also know from a business sense is once you start something, you need to get it trademarked. So yes, so we could have created something that already existed somewhere else, like a name that was catchy or what have you, but we knew we would need it trademarked so that we have ownership of it. And fun fact, 2 days after we put in our trademark application, someone trademarked the same name. Like, it's crazy. So if we had waited any longer, we wouldn't be able to use the name that we're using.
Wow. So you were first.
Yeah.
They probably went through the same thing, like trying to figure out names and came up with that. But God was in this. So it was definitely destined for you to have this.
Yeah. So it's a play off of Love Actually, but it's also a play off of like who moms are actually. We're women, we're girlfriends, we're sisters, you know, we're more than just moms. So what are we actually, again, beyond the veneers of social media where everything looks perfect. So we just wanted to have that in our name.
I love that. And that's what I thought of the movie, Love Actually. Yep. I when I saw it, I thought of that. And I love the name, but you're absolutely right. No matter what we're talking about, what kind of mom you are, what's the name, the catchy name, we're actually just moms trying to navigate and figure this thing out. Yep. And I love that you guys are real on your show. But Morgan, so who are some of the people you had? What kind of numbers are you doing? Because this soared quickly.
Yes. So we were blessed to be able to sit with Brie Babineau on our couch. Tammy and Carrington Franklin, they are the mother-daughter duo, and they are just amazing. Tamar Braxton and Erica Campbell, who honestly, like every single guest, it was just a testament to what he had already done in the midst of our show and our platform, because every single person came in on set and was just like, they didn't want it to be over, just like we didn't want it to be over. And everybody wanted to come back and everybody wanted to continue the conversation, and everything was also very smooth. You know how when you're doing something and you get to the day of, and it could be a possibility that kind of things just go awry, and we have a bunch of mishaps, but that never happened. We shot
it's ordained. It's ordained.
Yes, we shot a lot of episodes at once, and so to be able to consistently have smooth set days and smooth shoot days, it was amazing. And then not only that, but our first ever post, like we announced our Instagram on April 26th. First? Is it first? One of those.
I know our platform went live on the 21st.
Yes.
Might have been for the first
Okay,
post.
so our platform on Instagram went live April 21st. We had our very first aired episode on May 19th. And I think it was funny because Blair and I, we always talking about, like, well, before we started, we kind of had these like numbers that we were like, okay, these are kind of the metrics that we want to hit. And, this is kind of going to shows us that we're doing a good job, or maybe we should, take it back a little bit. And every single time we would look at those numbers, we were already surpassing. It's funny because we had this like big idea to do a giveaway. And so, most people, once they hit like 1,000, they do a giveaway, or like 5,000, those big like milestone numbers. Yeah. And literally, we have not been able to do an actual giveaway because every time we wake up, we'll hit a number. By the time we look like a couple hours later, we've already surpassed that number.
Wow, God, wow.
Yeah, it's something that like is absolutely insane to us. It's something that we have not gotten used to at all. Even though it seems like, okay, you guys are now at 20, I think we're at like 27,000 followers on Instagram, and we've like hit our watch hours on YouTube, and like we've surpassed all these metrics that we thought would take us forever. And it is pretty insane. I must say, it's really, really insane.
Yeah, I feel like about 5,000 to 6,000 of them came after our last episode, and that's what's, again, how we know what it is that it's God, because even when we were doing nothing, we stopped posting. Like we would still get followers.
Who was your last episode? Who was on there?
Tamar.
Okay, because the first time I saw yours with Tammy and Carrington was the first time I saw it. So wow, so you didn't even promote it.
So once it was stopped posting. So, and then people kept coming because you know how the Instagrams the way it feels like. So we would pop up and people would see. We also had a pretty viral, two viral posts, one through Tamar, which we did not know there was so much conflict over the title of a single mother. So that post is still going. And then we had a reel go viral. So we had a lot of help towards the end, and it just gave us the confidence that even when we took our off-season break, that we still mattered. So it felt
wow. You know what? I'm so proud of you, ladies. That's amazing. And for you guys to get heavy hitters like Erica Campbell and Tammy and Tamar, that's just showing a testament to your professionalism in what you're saying and what you're speaking about, because we can relate, even if you're not a mother and you want to be a mother, but you're mothering somebody, whether it's a niece or a nephew or, someone in the neighborhood or mentorship. Everybody, even if you aren't mothering someone, you have been mothered by someone. And then, of course, being women, we can all, that's a commonality that all the guests have. And, you two, I can tell you right now, the spirits that you have, the light that shines within you, people are attracted to that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, seriously, because I can feel it. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes when you sit down and interview, and I've interviewed, you know, people that everybody knows and people that no one knows, right? And the energy, I don't base it upon, and I feel that you guys do this too. I don't base it upon someone's title or what they have. I try to interview people. I do interview people as people. And every time they leave an interview, they didn't feel like, I was like, so what show you going to be on next? So what are you doing? Like, those are so empty.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I like to get, as a life coach, I've been a life coach for 20 plus years. I like to get to the meat of the people, right?
Yeah.
I like to get to what makes that person and experiences. And you guys have real conversations like that too. It's
Yeah.
not just about, you know, let me see your Grammys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is that important to you as well?
I
Yes.
would definitely say so. I think that's the heart of our platform is, like you just mentioned, no matter what like walk of life you're, you know, come from, no matter what, you know, class or tax bracket you're like, it literally doesn't matter. One thing that brings us all together is the fact that we are mothers and that we are women, and we experience just a certain amount of societal pressures or just experiences in general that no one else can really identify with other than another woman. Like, you can have the best husband in the entire world. You can have, you know, that guy who's your best friend or whatever the case may be. But to have a sister, to have another woman to say, girl, I also had to stay up late at night crying because I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. Like, to be able to have those conversations, that doesn't show like privilege to anybody. It's really just, we all have that moment and that experience, and to be able to say, hey, me too. Like that moment of, oh my gosh, I went through this too, and I'm not crazy because you also went through this, is so freeing. Really helps people. So I think that is something that we absolutely, and Blair, you can correct me, but I think that that's something we really wanted.
But as women, that's really what it is, because no one wants to feel like they're out there alone. Like they're having these feelings alone, that they're just floating on an island on their own. They want to know that they have a community out there. And I think you all are providing that for women, whether they're guests on your show, because think about it. Most of the time, all the names you said, they're somebody's wife or in the industry or somebody's sister. And no one's really honing in on who they are in motherhood and sisterhood. It's all about what they do. So to be able to come on your platform and to speak freely like that, it frees a lot of other women to connect with other women.
Yeah, I agree. The one of the big things we say at our church is free people, free people. And it was especially important to me because after having my daughter, I suffered from postpartum anxiety, and I had never heard of it. So I didn't know what it was. I'd only heard of postpartum depression, and I was like, I don't have that. So what am I going through? And I must be the only person. So I started talking about it, and then I'd hear those Me Too's. So then I talked more about it, so someone could say, I'm not alone. And that's what's so important about this platform. We were like, great, everybody has these mom platforms where they're talking about their kids and the best things for them to eat and blah, blah, blah. But what about us? Like, Me Too about us? Who's helping us like have a mirror and not feel alone? And every time we get an email of somebody saying like, I thought it was just me, or thank you for saying, like, on one of our posts that was very popular, people didn't know what touched out meant. Like, they're like, I'm normal. And touched out is like, you ever had like your partner or your husband come behind you and try to like give you a hug or something? You're like, ooh, like, and you might love the heck out of them, but because with your kids all day, you're needed, and you just need your body to be your body for a moment. But people don't realize like it's not a thing. No one talks about it because they're like, they don't want to seem weird or off. And so it's like, we want to make sure we're saying the things that are true to us and as transparent as possible, because we don't want any mothers or any women to walk away from the show and be like, man, this is still just me. I'm still in this lonely place. No one recognizes what I am going through. So that's the importance of guests different type as well, because no one would guess a celebrity mom might be going through this. They have nannies, they have this, and they're like, oh, your children yourself, like you're present. So it's been an interesting experience to give those different narratives and get feedback.
I absolutely love that. As we come to a close before we play our game, I don't know, if somebody's watching this and you're not compelled to watch their show, then something's wrong. But if that one person is like, why should I watch? Tell them, because there's always one somewhere.
Yeah. We love them and whatever.
Right. We praying for y'all too. So ladies, either one, why should they support this show if they didn't already get it by seeing you two here today?
It's about relationship. We just want people to feel like they have their people. And I just think it's different. You're not alone. Even if you're not a mother, even if you never plan on being a mother, it's not even your desire. Mm-hmm. I know you'll find community in that. You'll find relatability. You'll find an honesty that you don't usually find on the internet. And I think everybody's looking for a place to see what honesty can do and how they can translate that to their lives. So that's why I think people should give it a go.
It sounds good. I'm so sad that I didn't meet Sopha, but maybe you guys will come back, or you ladies will come back, so I can meet her. All right, you ready for 5 minutes of fun?
Yep.
All right, let's get it. All right, so how this works is I'm just going to ask you a question, no explanation. You're just going to answer. So the first ones are this and that. So I'll start with Morgan, breakfast or dinner, and then you can go, Blair. Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Night owl or early bird?
Night owl.
Night owl.
Yes, for the night owls. Top 3 movies. Like if it's on, you don't care how many times you've seen it, you're watching it.
Oh, that's deep.
Brown Sugar.
Yes.
The Parent Trap. I know it's really random. No, and what's another one that I will always watch?
Blair's thinking.
Okay. I don't know. My third. That's so hard.
That's okay. That's all right. 2 is good. What about you, Blair?
I'm gonna go with A League of Their Own, Fried Potatoes, and Queen. Like those.
Oh,
wow.
Those are good ones. She had them right on. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. You had time to think, right? Yeah. All right. Hidden talents. Something that you do that people don't know.
I used to I did ballet for like 15, 16 years.
Oh, okay. See, look what's revealed here. What about you, Blair?
It's not hidden anymore, but I'm a speed reader. That's one. Oh. I used to always say if I was on I couldn't do Miss America because I don't have a talent. So that's about it. I'm on a chair and read fast.
But that is a talent. You can maybe be an auctioneer too.
There you go.
I don't know if I can say it really fast, but
right. Oh, but you can read it. Right? All right. So what makes you laugh out loud? Like you're cracking up?
I am a goofball. So like any type of like somebody falling or me falling, like I laugh at my own jokes. I'm literally a nerd. So anything like that, I'm busting out laughing.
It's so funny. Another guest said that when somebody falls, I guess that is the thing.
That's why if I fall, I'm staying down. Like I'm not awkward. I'm a kid, so they can't laugh. Like I'm staying down. That's the key. I think I am absolutely hilarious. That's really what cracks me up. Just me, and very awkward because like awkward. I get what is it? Secondhand awkward. Like I just feel awkward moments for other people, even if it's TV and not fake. So that makes me laugh. Like, please, Louise.
All right, the song, and we're almost done. The song that makes you dance every time you hear it.
Before I Let Go, the Beyonce version.
Okay, yep.
I don't know. Cupid
Okay.
Shuffle.
We have a.
I don't know. The ironic
Kiss me through the phone, Blair.
What was funny? Kiss me through the phone, Soldier Boy. Yeah. So the funny thing is, I'm not a huge music person. Like, I know a lot of like songs, but like when we were filming season 1, they were playing music, and I was guessing the artist for every song, and I probably got 1 out of every 102 songs right.
Oh wow!
It was really, really bad, yeah.
And Morgan got them all right, right?
Morgan's a singer, so she definitely.
Oh, see, and that was hidden for me. Like, I mean,
singer is a little, that's extreme, but yes, I do. I am a music buff.
I love music too. All right, so what would people outside of now? I'm knowing that you can sing. What would people be surprised to know about you?
To know about me. Oh, I used to competitively figure skate.
Oh wow! Like she has all of these. Look, Blair's like, who are you?
I'm very uncomfortable right now. Who is this?
Who are you? Like, why is Kendéll and I learning about you at the same time when we do a show, right?
We're gonna have some after this.
What about you?
I would say about me something is that I actually grew up very quiet. I was not outspoken, highly introverted, afraid to ask questions.
Oh wow.
All of that stuff. Like even at the store, like I'd be afraid to ask like where's the shirts at or something. And that's the whole job there. And then one day I was like, what's the worst that happened? Did you die? And it like changed everything. I think I was in my 20s when I learned that though. So it's still very, very late, like late 20s. But
wow, but look at you now.
Exactly.
Living.
Never
wow. All right, last question. Using the first letter of your first name, describe you.
Magical.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah, it's probably a giveaway easy, but I would say bold. I think I say what's on my mind now. So
I love it. I love it. You can't suppress you anymore, right? You're going to say it. I love it. Ladies, this was so fun. It was such a pleasure meeting you both.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us.
So much. And we really appreciate you. Just like
absolutely
on our show, anybody who's taking a chance on us when we're brand new, it means the world to us. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you, ladies, so much. And I will continue to support everybody out there. Make sure you support Moms Actually. How can they listen or watch the podcast talk show?
YouTube, all podcast platforms, momsactually.com, at Moms Actually on Instagram. You put in Moms Actually somewhere, we should pop up on Google at the top.
We will.
Because they got the name. They got the name first. But thank you, everybody, for watching Kendéll Lenice Live. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. It's so important that you do that here on this platform. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you come on over to YouTube and subscribe below. These ladies know it's important that you do that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you are a star, so don't allow anyone to dim your shine. Until next time, God bless. Peace.